guess I'll be on my way now. You just give me a...
Welcome back to another one of my videos. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Lotta, and today I'm going to be making one of my all-time favorite lunches or snack recipes, which is potato pancakes, or puffa as we call it in German. Now, every time we came to visit, my grandma would always make these potato pancakes at least once during our stay in Germany, and my whole family loves them. We would finish every single potato pancake that she made within like minutes. Now that I'm back in Germany, I was able to snatch the recipe book that my grandma used for her potato pancakes, which is this one. So in today's video, we are going to follow this recipe as best as we can and see if we can make them turn out just like she did. Now for the potato pancakes, or the puffa, we are going to need 1 kilo of potatoes, some salt, 1 small onion, 1 to 2 eggs, 20 to 30 grams of flour, and about 100 grams of oil or fat. I haven't even started making the potato pancakes yet, and I'm already deviating from the recipe because I only have 900 grams of potatoes that aren't even peeled yet, so it's going to be even less, but we're just going to make it work. And I only have a red onion. I don't want to go to the store to buy a yellow onion, even though it would taste better, but if you have a yellow onion at home, use that instead of the red onion. Now, the first thing and the most tedious thing that we need to do for these potato pancakes is peel and grate our potatoes and our onion. Now, you can use a handheld grater, or you can use a food processor, or really anything that you think is going to do the trick. Now, my grandma happened to have this really weird machine that's apparently supposed to grate the potatoes and the onions nice and small without having to do it by hand. We'll see if it works. I've not tried it out, so let's see what happens. Worst case scenario, I'm gonna have to do everything by hand, which I really don't want to do, but let's just hope this works. Now, at first I was using this grater and it was actually too fine, so I switched to this one and it worked so much better. Now, the onions did kind of keep getting stuck, so I just chopped those up instead, but if your food processor is better than this machine, you can just throw it all in there and it'll just grate it all up together. Now, depending on the potatoes that you have where you are, you might have a lot of potato water or juice. If that is the case, I would recommend squeezing out as much of that potato water as you can, because else it's going to thin out your batter a lot. In my case, there seems to be like little to no potato juice, if that's what you can call it, which is exactly how you want it. But I have made these potato pancakes before in Canada, and the potatoes that we have there are super watery, so I did kind of just go ahead and wring it out by hand. You can also use a cloth and kind of just squeeze out all of the moisture that way as well. That being said, now that our potatoes and onions are nice and grated, we can basically just add the remainder of our ingredients and give that a good mix until everything's combined. Now, because I have roughly 800 grams of potatoes instead of the kilo, I'm going to be adding my flour a little bit at a time just to make sure that I'm not adding too much. And again, depending on your potatoes, you might have to use a little bit more flour or a little bit less. As you could tell, due to the salt, everything kind of became a lot more watery, which is exactly what's going to happen. Now you kind of want a thick consistency that still has a decent amount of fluid, because that fluid is basically going to help stick the pancake together while you fry it. Now I didn't add all of my flour because I still want my batter to be a little bit thin and have a little bit of that liquid in it, because that liquid in the end is going to help stick all of our little potato pieces together while we fry it so that it doesn't fall apart. So that's the batter done, so at this point we can get to frying them. Now to fry these, we're basically just going to heat a nice big pan on the stove on medium-high heat with either some oil or some butter in it. And once that is nice and hot, we're going to add spoonfuls of our potato mixture right on in there and fry it on both sides until nice and golden brown and crispy. Now depending on your stove, you might have to adjust the heat as you go along to make sure that they're not cooking too fast and they have enough time to get nice and crispy and cook through. Now I ended up frying each pancake for about 1.5 to 2 minutes on each side, but again that's going to change depending on your stove. Now you can eat these just like this, but that would honestly be depriving you of one of the best flavor combinations in the whole world, which is potato pancake with cold applesauce. So that's going to be everything for today's video. If you enjoyed it, you can give it a thumbs up or write me a comment down below. And as always, the whole recipe is going to be in the description box as well. And if you'd like to see more videos of me recreating some of my grandma's old recipes, let me know as well. Absolutely delicious. 10 out of 10.